Hey everyone, and welcome to my second ever question and answers Q&A video. This is another September special that has been unlocked as one of the milestones during September, which is a Twitch event. I was collecting questions on both my Discord server and here on YouTube. So thank you very much for sending in all those questions. It is a pretty rough day outside. It's raining, it's stormy. So I grabbed myself a coffee in my pumpkin mug and I got comfy here in my chair and I'm gonna answer your questions now. Alright, do you enjoy cooking? If so, what's your favorite thing to cook? I do love cooking. I don't have a favorite thing that I like to cook. I don't mind really as long as I get to eat it afterwards. I'm such a foodie. But I really like making stews and soups, lasagna, salads. I really, honestly, the more I think about it, the more amazing foods come up. So I don't have a favorite. I really like food. Big foodie. When will you be playing the next Tomb Raider? I don't know yet, really. I want to play all the games that are coming out, especially, I try to focus on the new releases, games that are coming out. The next game coming out, for example, is Silent Hill. Then shortly after, it's Ghost of Yotei. Then shortly after that, it's Little Nightmares 3. Then it's Vampire the Masquerade. Then it's The Outer Worlds 2. So it's like there's so many games coming out, and I always try to focus on those first and foremost. And when those are done, I try to squeeze in some older games that the community has been requesting for some time. For example, during September, this event that I just talked about, they unlocked that I'm gonna play the Uncharted series for the first time. And this is now my next older game I'm gonna play, so that I promise I'm gonna play it next. But of course I'm gonna focus on the newer releases like I just said. Tomb Raider, I only have 3 games left, basically. The newest trilogy, I think people call it the Survivor trilogy. Tomb Raider 2013, Rise and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and I would like to play them. I have already played them though, a couple years back. Those were my first Tomb Raider games I ever played. And I will play them, I promise. I just don't know when. It's basically, I always think like, what do I feel like playing? Is there a new game coming out? How much time do I have between the 2 new releases I want to play? Is it just a couple days? Is it weeks? And depending on how much time I have, I always check how long to beat, how long is a game, and can I fit it in with my schedule between those times and those windows. Like I just said, the next game I'm gonna play, or the next series I'm gonna play, is Uncharted, and then there's also Fable, the community unlocked that I bought on an Xbox. I have it now here on the table, and I also want to play the Fable trilogy. I love those games, especially because there's a new one coming out, so now would be a good time for that. I'll see. I will play it, I promise. I promise. Do you ever get bored of waking up every day to play video games? People might think it's the dream job, but does the redundancy ever get overwhelming? I don't know what they mean with redundancy. I don't really feel redundant. I don't know what they meant with that, but I can only speak for myself. I don't know how other content creators feel about this, but every day I'm waking up and I'm excited for my day, and I have a plan of what I want to do and all the work I'm doing. It's not like that I'm just sitting down playing video games. I also create everything for my channel, draw the emotes and the overlays, and I design everything myself. I always find something to work on. It's not just playing video games. It also helps that I play a variety of games, so it's not like I just play, I don't know, strategy games, for example. I play story-driven games, horror games, survival games, a bit of a mix of everything. I'm always excited. I'm so grateful to get to do what I'm doing, and I'm so thankful for everybody who's watching my content or supports me extra on top of that. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like I said, I don't really know what they mean with the redundancy part, but yeah, for me, it is pretty much a dream job. I also, you guys on YouTube don't know that, but on Twitch, I'm also singing. I have a second YouTube channel for song covers that I upload there every now and again. I draw, I play video games, and I sing, and those are 3 of my hobbies. I just made my hobbies my work, and I'm super grateful. What is your gym routine? How many arm days, leg days, upper body, etc.? Also, what exercise is your favorite? I'm literally just now in the process of changing my schedule. Before it was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I would go to the gym, and it would be a 2 split of me doing upper body, lower body, upper body, and then, just like those 2 switching it up.
little coffee sip in between.
Now today I started with my first switched up schedule where I'm going 5 times a week, Monday to Fridays, and then Saturday, Sunday off. Basically kind of like a 3 split now, where I would be doing upper body on Monday, like I did today, and then on Tuesday lower body, so like legs and booty and stuff. And then on Wednesday, it's core and cardio. And then Thursday, it's upper body again. Friday, it's lower body. And then Saturday and Sunday, I would take a rest. Not because I think I necessarily need the rest, but I don't want to go on weekends because it's gonna be so crowded and I don't like crowds in the gym. So that's mostly the reason for the for the break on the weekend. My favorite exercise to do is working on my pull-up. I can now do a chin-up, which is like when you have the hands like this, but I'm working on like proper pulling up, you know? Maybe I can blend in like a clip of me doing one. My progress. When I started beginning of 2025, I couldn't do shit. I couldn't lift up my body at all. And fun thing about that is actually my motivation for being able to do pull-ups is Lara Croft from Tomb Raider. I played the games and I was like, damn, that's so impressive that she can just lift her body weight up like that. I want to do that too. So, and here we are. If you had the money to go on a vacation anywhere in the world, if you haven't already, where would you go and why? So I would probably go to Sweden. My ancestors are from Sweden. I'm born and raised at the Danish border of northern Germany, and my family always said that we come from a line of Vikings. I've always felt drawn towards everything Norse related. I don't know, looking at the pictures, it just feels like home. I'm such a sucker for nature, for forests. I also love the Baltic Sea. I mean, I grew up at the Baltic Sea, just further south of it. I would really like to go there. I feel so connected to it from afar. It's really weird to explain. I also would love to see Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights. Yeah, so that's where I would go. I would love to both be there in the summer and also in the winter, because I would like to see the midnight sun when the sun is not setting ever during the summer weeks. And then in the winter, I would like to go and see the Northern Lights. That's on my bucket list. Did you play Dead Space and what did you think of it? I did play Dead Space 1, 2, and 3. The first one was the remake though that came out a couple years ago, and then I played Dead Space 2 and 3 right after. I really liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. I loved the minimalistic HUD with basically all the information that you need for the game being directly visible on your suit. I felt that was so creative. It was pretty creepy and the world building was amazing. I don't know how the original plays, but the remake was damn good. I feel. Have you played Callisto Protocol? And if so, what did you think? I did play Callisto Protocol. I played it directly on release and it was a buggy mess. Maybe I should give it another shot now that it's out for a while and I think it's been patched. But when it came out for computer, it was basically unplayable. I'm gonna just say, go watch my videos, especially the finale. It's basically playing a slideshow. I was so frustrated. It's one of the games that got me really salty, but I pushed through because I did not like quitting the game. So you can see me rage in the end fight. It's so awful. But yeah, I did play it. And I think if I would try to ignore the bugginess that it was, I really liked it. It was creepy, the atmosphere was amazing, graphics looked great. I mean, it's been a while since I played it, but that's what I remember. That the atmosphere was great and I was invested in everything, but just like, it ran so shitty. I did play, you can watch it on my YouTube channel, both Callisto and Dead Space trilogy. What order would you put them in from best to worst? Okay, I think this is about Chronos as well. Callisto and Dead Space and Chronos, because they were pretty similar. Yeah, I think Dead Space is definitely the first. I don't really know about Callisto and Chronos. I think they're pretty much on the same level for me, Callisto and Chronos, but it's unfair because I just finished Chronos and it's been years, or it feels like years since Callisto, so... And one of them ran really shitty, so I think they're hard to compare for me right now, but definitely Dead Space, my favorite out of those 3. Yep. Okay.
Next, and coffee.
Have you ever played Telltale's Walking Dead or Night in the Woods? I have never played or heard of even Night in the Woods. I have played Telltale's Walking Dead years ago, many years ago. I would like to replay them actually because they're pretty cool. I'm currently watching The Walking Dead, the show, from the beginning. Yeah, so I have played it, but it's been literal years. So I wouldn't mind replaying them. It's just, there's like, I think 4 games or so, and it's quite long if you play them all, so... might take a bit. What's your favorite game that you finished for the first time? I mean, I don't really know what the last part of the question means, but my favorite game of all time... I don't really have one favorite game. I have 3 favorite franchises, and that is The Last of Us, The Witcher, and Resident Evil. Those 3 are my absolute favorite. All 3 of them are just fantastic in my opinion. Witcher and The Last of Us are on the first spot, and then comes Resident Evil. I don't know about the finished for the first time, because at some point we finished a game always for the first time. Maybe they mean that you've only played once. Then I don't know. Usually when I like a game, I play multiple times, years apart though. Will you be playing Blood of the Dawnwalker? Hell yes. I actually watched a presentation on Gamescom for Blood of the Dawnwalker. It looked fantastic. They were live playing, or at least showing, a quest that it differs depending on whether you approach the quest on daytime or nighttime. And then there's different options within that time of day as well. So that was really, really cool to see. It looks amazing. And I mean, it's from Rebel Wolf, and it's a bunch of people from that worked on The Witcher. I'm really excited for that one. I actually need to do a little trailer reaction video on that at some point. Probably my most anticipated new game franchise coming out. So it's not like a sequel, so that's what I mean. But it's a brand new game. It's a new developer. It's like everything's new about it, and I'm super duper hyped. The vampires just look so dope. Oh, I'm so excited for that one. My question is, what made you want to be a YouTube streamer? I wouldn't say necessarily that I wanted to be a YouTube streamer. I am a YouTube streamer now as well, but predominantly I'm a Twitch streamer, I would think. And I just started multi-streaming on YouTube as well now. I enjoy making content. I get to use so many things that I enjoy doing and put them in there, in this bubble that is content creation, and like video editing, or, you know, playing around with audio or making alerts and stuff like that. So all of that is very fun for me, and I just really enjoy it. And I love playing video games. Maybe I could switch that question up and say, what made you want to become a streamer in general? I used to hang out with my best friends on the weekends, and I would play games with them. They would be playing and I would just sit there and talk to them. You know, we would just hang out, and one of us, or maybe all of us, would be playing and eating snacks and just yapping away. And then I moved far, far away, and I couldn't do that with them anymore. Just like every now and again when we would visit each other. I don't know, I just felt like I missed that so much, you know, this time together playing video games and just talking about stuff. And then I started making content to kind of fill the void, I guess. I started watching streamers first. I remember it was a group of German streamers on YouTube. They were playing The Forest, the survival horror game, and I knew the game by heart. Like I knew exactly, there you can find this axe, and there's the katana, and if you go in this direction, blah blah blah, all the spawn points. So I was guiding them to specific items to help them, and I was like, I could do that. I could play a video game and like talk to people, and that's how it started. Yep. And I wouldn't change a thing. I love it. I really, really do. Will you do more Resident Evil, like knife-only runs? I will do more Resident Evil. I wanna play the games that I don't have yet on my channel, especially the numbered ones and the main canon ones I wanna play. I think I still need to do, maybe replay 2 and 3 maybe, because they're in shitty quality on YouTube. I need to do 6 in co-op, Revelations 1 and 2. I want to replay 8 as well, because that is also in very poor quality on YouTube. And maybe Outbreak to prepare for Resident Evil 9. But there's also the Resident Evil 0 and 1 from, I forgot the console, but it's from 2000 something. So it's like a remaster or remake of Resident Evil 1 in just better graphics, but still tank controls and still fixed camera angles, and Resident Evil 0 is the same. So those 2 I also need to play. So there will be definitely more Resident Evil, and Resident Evil 9 of course. I don't think I'm gonna do like knife only runs or so. I love these games, but I play them just like every couple of years, you know? And then I don't play them again for years. So I'm not like a challenge runner. I play games because I really enjoy the gameplay and the story, and I love Resident Evil, but I'm not like phenomenally good at them or so. I played most of them in the hard or hardest difficulty at this point, but not the life only run, dude, no. No. But there will be more Resident Evil, always. Always. Will you play any of the Batman Arkham games? I heard that they're absolutely fantastic, and yes, they are on my list. I don't know when. Like I said earlier, I try to fit in games, older games between newer releases, and I also have a bunch of games that I want to work off that are on my list for years. Batman Arkham games is on the list. I just don't know when, but eventually. They're not running away, but eventually, yes. Will you be playing the DLC for the Indiana Jones game? I have it. I think I have it installed. I don't know when, and I don't know if really, because some people said it's really not that good. Let me know what you guys think. If you've played the DLC, or if you've seen the DLC, what are your thoughts? Do you think it's worth to play? I heard it's just 3 hours and it's mostly happening in a sewer, so it's not even that pretty. So I don't know. You guys tell me if you really want it. I also want to play, when we're already talking about DLCs, I want to play the Sirens of the Deep from Still Wakes the Deep, or Sirens something, the DLC from Still Wakes the Deep. I have that installed, want to play that too. There's also the DLCs for the Outer Worlds that I need to play before the release of the Outer Worlds 2. So many DLCs to play. Will you play Valiant's Hearts, The Great War, or Hotline Miami franchise? Never heard of the first, so I don't think so. Hotline Miami, I think I only know as a reference in The Last of Us Part 2. I don't think so. What mean to you the video games? Everything. They're my life. They're a big part of my life, and I'm very passionate about them. Yep, video games are great. I love them. So they mean the world to me right now. You single? No. I don't know why you would ask that, but no. My foot fell asleep. Oy. Skyrim or The Witcher 3? Make a guess. What's your cosplay that you are the proudest of? I'm not proud of any cosplay, to be honest. I mean, I just throw things together that are in my closet that remotely resembles anything from a video game, and then maybe I do some makeup or stuff, and that's it. So it's nothing fancy. Do you plan on making or buying any new cosplays? No. I mean, making cosplay, I'm not gonna put together like some people do, like they're super artsy and they like literally sew and like stitch everything together and stuff. Like I said, I just do take something out of my closet and put it on, that's it. I'm not gonna make anything fancy or so. I wouldn't mind doing a cosplay. I'm not gonna craft anything fancy. Do you and Quali ever get competitive while exercising, like who can lift the heaviest? I have no chance. I'm a girl, he's a man. Why would I even compare myself to a man? Who can do the most reps of the same weight? I mean, I can do more reps in stuff that is about like legs. He can do all the weights with upper body strength. I have very little upper body strength. I'm working on it, but unrealistic. But I can push more when it comes to like leg stuff. Who can run the fastest and stuff? Yeah, so no, I'm not really competitive when it comes to that. The only person that makes sense to compare to is yourself, I think. I'm never comparing myself to this person or that person. You know, I always just look at myself and this is where I was and this is where I am now. Did I make an improvement? Like, for example, like I said earlier, I can actually do a pull-up. I couldn't do anything in that direction when I started in early 2025. So I made improvements. So this is what I try to do, you know, compare to myself, to my previous older self. I think that's the only thing that makes sense in general in life, to compare to yourself. If you made improvements, if you changed anything, everything else just like sets you up for failure and frustration. Yep. What takes your breath away? A gush of wind? A punch in the gut? Borgia. When or who introduced you to video games? So when I was introduced to video games first was when I was a wee lass. I was very young, and my dad was supposed to watch my brother and I, and he got video games from his working colleagues and he would be playing them, and then we would be sitting on his lap, you know, he was like this and we were sitting here on his laps, and he would like have his arms around us and we would lean into his arms and we would be watching. Yeah. And that was when I was a toddler or so, like, or very, very young child. How different is your taste in gaming today than it was when you originally started gaming? So The first game that I really played, I think, was when I got the PlayStation 1, when my older cousin got herself the PlayStation 2. And she was like, yeah, you can have my old stuff. I still love the games that I played back then, like the Harry Potter PlayStation games, for example. I still play them every year. It's my own tradition around my birthday in November. I also still love Medal of Honor Underground or, you know, Spyro, stuff like that. I still love those games. I just put more on top of it, you know? I still love the same things, I just added more. So one of the first computer games, if not the first computer game that I played myself, was Morrowind, The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. And I still love that game to bits. It's my favorite Elder Scrolls. It has such a banger soundtrack. Yeah, so I don't know. I think I just expanded. It never changed, it just expanded, you know? I discovered more. Because as a child, I always just got the games from my older brother or my cousin or my dad. And then they handed it down to me, and then I played it, and I just played what I had, you know? I had no money to buy games myself. I just expanded on it. Did anyone really inspire or push you to do Twitch, YouTube, or was it something you always wanted to do regardless of others? Yeah, like I said earlier about those the German group playing The Forest. I loved watching them, and I figured I can do it as well. It was something that I had to discover that it is a thing in the first place before I could come up with the idea I want to do that too. It's a long journey, and you know, the first videos were absolute crap and the first streams were really, really bad. It's nothing that I always wanted to do, but I always wanted to do something creative. Like I was in school and I wanted to do music and I wanted to do art, and my parents said do something that is safe, you know, and I was like, okay, fine. And then I learned something, and you know, but I was never really passionate about my jobs. But I'm super passionate about what I'm doing now. I'm self-employed. I get to do everything in my own time, and I love working, and I'm working pretty much every day, all day. But it's fine. It doesn't feel bad because I know what I'm doing it for, you know, and it's super fun.
Time for sip sip.
Now that you achieved your dream of unlocking all the emotes, will you be able to find new motivation to continue being so motivated and engaging? That was not the only dream that I had. I always have multiple things I want to achieve. This was one of the Twitch dreams that I had. Maybe also because Twitch had this bar, this mission bar. Mission, get so many sub points, reward, unlock emote slots. That was a little bit of a motivation, but like I said just now, I'm really passionate about what I'm doing, and that is motivation enough. The risk of feeling complacent is just around the corner, as Quali said. No, I'm fine. This was not the only thing that kept me going making content, the emotes, the emote slots. I just wanted the community to have, when they subscribe on my channel, to have as many emotes as possible, and we have that now, thanks to you guys. Thank you so much. If you hadn't chosen to be a streamer, what would you have liked to do? Like I just said, I wanted to do something creative initially, but my parents basically said no. I wanted to be a cop. How do you call it in English? I have to Google that real quick. Criminal investigation department. My grandpa was a cop, like a detective in murder cases, and my great uncle as well. And I have always been fascinated with stuff like that. You know, solving mysteries and looking at the clues and putting things together and then getting the bad guys. Now I do it in video games. But I am a trained social worker, and I used to work as a social worker before this. It's nothing that I really was ever dreaming of doing. It's just that I was a good listener and I am very empathetic, a little bit too much. But I'm insanely introverted, and I'm also, I think, I have no diagnosis, but I'm pretty certain I am on the autism spectrum. So it makes it really, really hard to work in that field. How many times a day do you touch or fix your hair? Too many times. The thing is that I always have one rogue hair that would like loosen up and then tickle my forehead, so I keep pushing it out of the way. And also it's getting pretty long. I've been thinking about cutting it. I don't really know. I think it looks pretty to have long hair, but my hair is so straight you can't really do anything with it. It's just boring. So I don't know, but it gives Tomb Raider vibes if I have it in a braid, so that's a bonus. So yeah, I fix it a lot, I'm sorry. But only if I'm on stream. If I'm not on stream, I put it up in a bun so it's out of the face. If you could change one thing on YouTube or Twitch, what would you change? Only one thing. The negativity. There's so much negativity around both YouTube and Twitch, in the comments or in the chat, and I would like to change that. It's a bit draining when you're super passionate about something. You know, imagine you're really enjoying something and you're like just passionate about it and you share that with the world, and then people are coming in and they just hate on it. Maybe you can relate, like maybe you ever shared something that you're really, really happy about, and then you had this like negative Nancy in your family or your friends or something, and then they just talk it down. So that's how it feels sometimes. It's also a bit negative for me though, all those babe comments, you know. I wish it would be about the vibe, the community, and the content, and less about people trying to hit on people. It's weird, it's out of place, it's inappropriate in my opinion. So yeah, the negativity from people that they push on you on both Twitch and YouTube, I would like to change that. What's your opinion on Kick? I have never watched anything on Kick. I have no opinion. So I can't really have an opinion on something I haven't really looked into, I think. From what I heard, but it's just like what I heard, so I don't know if it's true, but it seems to be a bit of a different approach to content creation. People dying live on stream, gambling, illegal stuff. I think they try to do better, but I don't know. I'm pretty loyal to Twitch and YouTube, so I'm gonna stick with that and I'm fine. I don't really care about Kick. Do you keep things after cosplay costume? Like I said before, I don't really do cosplays as in I buy things or create things, craft things for cosplay. I take things out of my closet that I have just lying around and then I put them together and then they kind of look like a cosplay. So yeah, I keep everything because it's literally my closet. What are your future plans once you're done with streaming? I hope I'll never be done with streaming. I hope I will be able to do content creation, streaming, and videos for until I am kicking the bucket. I mean, I guess eventually people will stop being interested in looking at an old lady, so maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll turn off the face cam at some point and just go with a voice, or I'll animate this little guy here and he'll be my VTube thing or something like that. I don't really know. But I would like to do this for as long as possible. As long as there's people watching and I can do it, like financially can stream and pay my life costs with it, I'd love to do this forever. Are you planning on having some kids at some point? No. I would like to have a puppy though. Puppies. I love puppies. Are there unexpected challenges to streaming that you weren't aware of at the beginning and you think people should be aware of? How did you deal with these challenges? No, there was nothing that I didn't expect. I was thinking this through and I was looking at the whole scene before I dived into it. For example, keeping private things private and not like posting things and doxing myself and stuff like that. So, you know, never oversharing things or just, you know, really thinking things through before I do it. There was nothing really unexpected. I knew it was a lot of work. If you're self-employed in general, you work always a lot. So I knew that, but it's something that I'm passionate about. The only thing that I don't like about my job is that I have to do taxes. That shitty paperwork stuff, that's really annoying. But apart from that, no, there was nothing. I mean, even that I knew that's gonna happen, so there was nothing unexpected for me, really. When do we invade Switzerland? All units are ready and waiting to go ahead. How about 2069? That's a good year. Does streaming today feels the same as when you started in 2019 regarding global enjoyment, stress, anxiety, sense of community, etc.? Does 2025 LIZZ look back to 2019 LIZZ and says, girl, you had no idea what you were getting into? No. It goes a bit in the direction of the first question. I knew what I was signing up for and I love my job. So I'm very happy that I get to do what I do. I mean, how many people get to wake up in the morning excited for their day, thinking about today I'm gonna do this at work and that at work and actually look forward to doing it? Not a lot, I guess. When I was still working for someone else, I'd be waking up, be like, ugh, I gotta do this. Ugh. But now it's cool. I love it. But if you would have told 2019 LIZZ that she's going to be where she is now, she would be dreaming of it, but never would have imagined it. So I'm just really lucky, I guess. If you had to decide for yourself, what would you give up, singing or gaming? I think this is important, the context here. Are we talking about in general, never ever singing or never ever gaming again? Or in streaming, when I'm streaming, don't sing when streaming or don't game when streaming? That's a really hard one. If it's streaming, I would say I would do fine without the singing part in the streaming, just focusing on the gaming. But in general life, I don't really know. That's a tough question because I can feel if I haven't sung in a while, I get really depressed. So if I don't sing for a while, I'm just getting really, really sad. Like this void in my soul that I need to fill when I'm not singing for a while. But gaming is so beautiful as well because it literally lets me immerse myself in a world that is not there really, and I just get to see things. It's like a little adventure. It's like a dream. I don't know. I love gaming so much, but singing too. I don't know. That's a tough one. But I'm gonna just hope you're asking for the streaming part, and then I would say I would give up singing for the streams. What do you think about the classic games copy protection compared to today? I don't know what you mean with that. Classic games copy protection. Relied on both analog physical measures and software-based techniques, including code wheels, manual lookups, using manuals or code sheets, physical hardware like dongles, and on-disk features. So it's just protection against copying a game? I honestly have no idea about it, so I can't really say what I think about it because I don't really know what's going on there. Yeah, I sadly can't really answer that. I don't really know. Sorry. Are there any games or genres of games that you have never played streamed that you want to try out in the next 6 to 12 months, beside those already planned unlocked during September? No. What's a book that had a major impact on you? Harry Potter. I learned reading with Harry Potter, and it got me into reading in the first place. I mean, I've read books before because my mom or school made me, but Harry Potter is the book franchise that made me really interested in reading books. And also they brought out books every year for a while, often came around my birthday or Christmas, I believe, if I remember correctly. So I basically kind of grew up with Harry Potter alongside with Harry Potter and like the group. I'm German, so I was reading those books when I was little in German, and then when I got older and I was interested in improving my English, I bought the Harry Potter books in English so I could, you know, grow my vocabulary, learn more words in English, not unlearn everything again. So I learned reading in German with Harry Potter, and then I improved my English with Harry Potter. So I hold those very dear to my heart. The book or books with the biggest impact on me, Harry Potter. How did you learn English? Your pronunciation is really good. I had English in school, starting with 5th grade, and then I had it until graduating high school, and then I just, you know, started reading books in English as well so I wouldn't forget everything again. And then also I would watch movies that I really love and know already a little bit, so I know what's happening and what they're saying. I would watch those in English, and then also shows, and then also start watching content and play games in English as well, so I would, you know, practice it a bit more. And I just picked up on the pronunciations of words from people all around the world. Like I was watching people from Australia, people from the UK, people from America, and then you play games like Red Dead Redemption where they're talking with the southern slang, you know, and then so my accent varies depending on my mood in the day and how I remember the word pronounced from that person or that person. So which is why people often ask, your accent is peculiar, what's going on? I don't really have a particularly typical German accent. I have a mix of all the creators and movies and shows that I watched along the years. Yeah! And also, thank you. Are you married? Yes. Do you own any pets? No. What are your hobbies? Gaming, singing, art, sports, hiking, food. Do you have any siblings? Yes, I have an older brother. I love hearing you sing, especially the Evil Within Save Room theme. Thanks. Alright guys, I answered all the questions in under an hour. Nice. Thank you very much for unlocking the September question and answers video in the first place, and also for sending in all your questions. Of course, you can always ask questions in the comments under the videos, and I usually pretty much always answer them unless they're really odd. Don't do that. You always feel free to ask, okay? You can even ask more questions in the comments if you want, but I just wanted to make a video about it instead of just answering it in the comments or so. I hope you like this. Thank you so much for watching. By the way, just a little heads up, there will be a little bit more variety for the next videos coming out. There's a hiking video planned where I'm gonna take this thing and stick my phone inside and then taking you all for a hike in the Swiss mountains. Yeah, so it's nothing that I'm gonna do a lot because this is a gaming channel and it will remain a gaming channel, but I wanted to, you know, offer you a little bit of extra variety stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope you're looking forward to those videos as well. I will do them as quickly as possible, but the next couple of weeks are gonna be insane. I have one day off a week where I'm not streaming. It's always a question of, is the weather gonna be good enough to go out for hours and hike through the mountains and woods? Yeah, we'll see. I hope there will be a good day very soon. Guys, thank you very much for hanging out and watching. I hope you have a good day and I see you in the next one. Bye.